Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
Welcome back everyone to another episode of CEX Carboot Exchange. Again, this was shot early in the year, probably about April time. So the prices you see were what I got at the time from CEX. The first car boot I normally go to for some reason wasn't on that day, so I went straight to my second car boot, hence why the first clip is dark, because it was probably about 5:45 in the morning. But after that it's fine, it gets brighter, so you can hopefully see what I'm buying. A lot of the stuff I got, pure trade fodder, went to CEX. A lot of it came from one stall. So with that said, let's check it out. How's your game? Alright.
How much on for the game? No. Too good.
What about the loose DS game?
Sorry?
The DS game in there.
Pretty good for the book, eh?
Yeah, okay, yeah. So the first things I grabbed was a copy of Need for Speed Rivals on the PS4 and a loose copy of Bowser's Inside Story in the DS. £3 for both of them, great price. And I luckily had an empty case for that game, so I managed to trade that in. So some good credit there. How much is your PS2, mate?
You know what, I don't even know.
Alright.
I thought about it, to be honest. There's 3 remotes in there, there's a load of games.
Alright, yeah.
So there's stacks of games in there.
Oh yeah.
What do you reckon? I say all these are working.
Alright, yeah.
I said to me, I bought these separately.
Oh right,
Because,
okay, yeah.
The remotes are like rocket
Yeah.
hard to combine them, but they all work brilliantly. Not all the pads on that.
Okay, yeah.
I think the charger cable on there is a little bit loose.
Oh yeah.
So, how much are your turtles? £3 each. Be happy with 15 quid for the lot?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Cool. Do 10 for the lot? Yeah, same mate, that's fine.
How are you, Keith? You alright?
Yeah, not too
You got any more game stuff?
bad.
Just
No,
that?
literally just that.
Okay.
I've actually got a bag, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I've got one. I'll put some of it in there. So, great little PS2 pickup here. £15, got me a slim PS2, 3 controllers, and a nice selection of games. So the main appeal here to me was actually the controllers, because they were in really nice condition. So I needed an extra one for myself. One went with the console, and I just kept hold of that other one. I could have traded it in for about £6 to £8. I'm not sure exactly on that. Fairly good trade-in on the PS2, and then the games there I traded in weren't all the games. They were just the ones just traded in for a decent amount, and the rest just went back into my car boot stack to take back to the car boot at some point. So great little pickup there. How much is your Wii?
Sorry?
How much is the Wii?
20.
Is that with the games, or are they separate?
Separate.
Yeah. How much are the games?
£1.
£1. What about your Xbox games? Are they £1 as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. the DS games?
£3.
£3 for the DS games. Yeah. About the PS3. £2. Let's get them, mate.
Sorry?
Let's get them. 3 Wii games and that. There you go, mate. Thank you. Cheers. Great stall here. Tons of games. Prices sort of all over the place. £1 for Wii stuff, £2 for PS3, £3 on the DS stuff. So grab those 2 copies of Mario Kart, Wii Sports, Red Dead. Some good trade there. What you got on this one, mate?
£5 game.
Yeah. I'll quickly show you this because it's awesome. He had this Bioshock 2 Collector's Edition. Now I already had it, but I thought there might be some value in it. He only wanted a £5. Unfortunately, it was missing the most vital piece, in my opinion anyway, which is the vinyl, so I had to leave that. But for £5, it's still worth it if you wanted it, but left that. How much is your Game Boy?
£10.
What about the games?
£1 each.
£1 each. So I'm back at this bloke's stall again. Seems like the only stall there which actually had anything worth buying. So he had a Game Boy on the table, wanted 10 quid for it. Bit too much for me. But he had some games as well for £1 each. So I managed to grab 3 games. I don't know if you can see them that well, but there's Lucky Luke, Namco Museum, and a Mario Advance game there. £1 each. Was unsure on Lucky Luke. Turns out it's not really worth much. Take a punt on these things. How much is your Xbox?
30.
Okay. You got any games with it? Was it
No,
just
it's okay.
no? Okay, thank you.
What is it? It's a game that you can't touch it, you'll break it. Put the hood up. Put the hood up. Do not touch. Let's not mummy touch. No. What's wrong with you? Your hand's cold. That's why mummy said put gloves on. So you won't listen to mummy. Put gloves on. Look. Put gloves on. No, I told you.
Football, £2.
Heavy. Heavy.
How much are the DS games without a case?
£2.
£2. Okay.
What do you say? Games, yeah. Two loads of these.
I'll apologise now for the terrible camera angle here. So I'm back at this bloke's stall again. So he's got more Game Boy Advance games. You probably can't see what they are, but they are Sonic Advanced and another Mario Advanced. But he's got this huge case of DS games there. And there were some alright ones in there, but without the cases, I can't really do much with them. But I did pick up Super Princess Peach there. £2, not terrible. It does trade in for quite good money, but I do need a case for it, which I do not possess. But not a terrible price there.
Sorry, sir.
keep hold of them.
Yeah.
Guitar Hero.
Well, depends if you're collecting the whole Xbox 360s now, aren't you? So
Yeah.
probably thousands of games that you probably still need. I don't know how many got in the set. So
How much are the games? £2 for everything else and £3 for the Xbox ones.
I've got it.
we've got Evil Within as well. Have you got that one?
Yeah. That's the original cover, or was it just
I think
creased
it's
round
creased
there?
round. Yeah. I think someone was falling asleep then. What's that?
Mag.
Take 10 of them. What were we? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, go on then. Yeah.
Tekken 2.
How much is it?
You do 10 on them?
Hold on, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah.
Yep.
Got it. How much is it?
Sylvia.
There you go, mate. Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.
So the last stall I went to, grabbed some PS3 games, had some Xbox One games, grabbed a couple of 360 games for my collection, and some PS3 games to trade in. You might notice the Super Street Fighter was actually American. I didn't actually notice that at the car boot, so I couldn't trade that in. I got the 6 games for a tenner, so some good trade in there. And with that said, that is it. Just over £100 there on a voucher. Pretty good going. So with that said, let's see what I grabbed from CEX with my voucher.
A damn fine cup of coffee.
Welcome back, everyone. So, hope you enjoyed that footage of me at the car boot. As you can see, if it wasn't for that bloke with that massive van full of games and stuff, there probably wouldn't be an episode. Save the day there. But there was a couple of nice bits. Apart from that, the PS2 was nice. So I spent 40 quid at the car boot, and I got £105.80 on a CEX voucher. Bear in mind, I kept the those Xbox 360 games and them Game Boy Advance games as well from that chap. All the PS2 games, some of them didn't go into CEX because they were either like 10 pence or something, and they probably, I mean, I can't remember at this point, but they probably went back to the car boot at some point, or I put them in a bundle and sold them somewhere. But yeah, it's a pretty good car boot thanks to that bloke. And we've got some really nice stuff. Now, if you remember in my last episode at the end, I mentioned my local CEX had some nice PS2 games, and I was intending on going there to get some, and I did, but not the ones I was hoping to get. But we did pretty well. There's one big hitter here. The price was, but we'll get to that anyway. In fact, I'll start with that one. So, I've got my local CEX. Actually, no, my local one is a small one, but my other local one is a bigger one. And that's normally where I take all my stuff because they're a bit more lenient on the condition of stuff. So it's just easier to take it there. And they took everything. So, yeah. So, at least you went there. I wasn't really intending on buying anything from there. But I do have a quick look around, and I picked up 2 things, and like I said a minute ago, one of them is a heavy hitter, and it is a PS2 game. So, we'll start with this. I picked this up for £4, nothing special. It is Prey on the Xbox One. I suppose it's a really good game. That always confuses me when it's switched around. The disc's normally on that side, isn't it? It's say £4, I think it's £3.50 now. So this was earlier in the year, so obviously, so it is on Game Pass now, so that drops the price normally. I believe it was Glory Hunter 83 who was saying it's a good game. So sort of picked it up off his recommendation there. And he's sort of into the same sort of games as I am. So Prey, the original one's quite good as well on 360. But personally, anyway, I know. Is it? Oh, what's his name? Gordino Plays, I believe that's his name. I just picked up the first Prey. So yeah, good time to show you that. So the other one, heavy hitter, £52 I paid for this. I did have a quick look on eBay, and to be honest, £52 is a little bit high. And now jump forward to now, and this is still pretty high. I believe this dropped in price to about 45 in CX. But when you pay in voucher, say I normally operate on whatever it costs me. Basically I get the stuff for a third of what the price is in CX once I've traded on my stuff in. Roughly, that's how I operate the car boot. If I get some for £1, I want to make at least £3. But in the winter months, less car boots, I normally put that up to about 50%. So if I'm paying £1, I want to make £2. Yeah. Anyway, I'm ranting. The game it's an RPG. So one of my favourite genres, Wild Arms 4. So £52. Like I said, it's still slightly overpriced, but I mean that cost me probably like 16, 17 quid in real money. So definitely worth it. I believe, see, the manual's alright. The disc was a little bit scratched. It doesn't look like they disc cleaned it, so but yeah, I suppose it's a pretty good game. The fifth one, which I do own, is slightly more expensive. Let's say it's about a £45 game, so nice find. So I wasn't intending on buying that. I was intending on just going in there, trading my stuff in, and then going to my other local one, smaller one. I think it's a franchise one, so they're a bit more picky on the condition. So I normally stuff's going to be in fairly good condition. So from there, we went to my other local one, and I picked up this game. And I was going there, and I intended on buying two. There was quite a few other PS2 games mentioned in my last video that they got in. More of the choicier titles, but nothing massively expensive. So I got there and I saw this, and to be honest, you don't see this one very often, and the other ones you see more often. It's about bang on the money, this one. And again, this is £42, this one. Condition's pretty good. I think I'm going to swap the case on it. It's just a little crushed at the top. It's had an old sticker on it, and someone's been picking at it. But it is Project Zero 3. I believe this is a PS2 exclusive. So it's all there, nice condition. I believe the disc was quite scratched actually. But it's been put through the cleaner, so it's nearly spotless. So pretty happy with that. Yeah, only on PS2. I'm not sure why, because the other ones were on Xbox as well. But I could be wrong, but I'm sure Nintendo bought the rights to Project Zero after this game. That's why they were released exclusively on the Wii and the Wii U. Not sure. Don't hold me to that, but I think that's what happened. But yeah, I'm guessing it's more of the same. Who knows? So that, and I found this in my box. That's the case I'm going to swap it with. Buzz the Sports Quiz. It's actually a really nice condition case, so I'll swap it into that. So after that, I could have bought one of the other games, but I had to put a couple of quid towards it. So I sort of just left it, and you'll see I actually get them games in my next pickups video. So I think I do. Was it the one after that? Yeah, surprisingly they're still there. So I think they had 2 copies of one as well. I can't really remember. It was, like I say, earlier in the year. So, but anyway, with the rest of the voucher, which I had, how much did I have? £7. £7.80, so not a lot. But while I was at work the following week, I noticed I was working near a CX, and I noticed this shop, and I know this has been in there before, and this is still the same copy from, I believe it must have been in there a couple of months now, but it was £5, and I knew there was, you could get it in like a big box version, but I wasn't expecting that to be in a big box. But I thought for a £5 it's a pretty good price. So when I get there, I sort of have a look on the shelf, couldn't find it, so I sort of went to the counter and said, "Oh, I noticed you've got this on your website at this store, and I can't find it." And I sort of glanced and it was there behind the counter, and it is, hopefully I can pronounce, Arcana Hearts 3. I believe it's a fighting game, but it was in this big box for £5. And the condition on this is incredible, to be honest. Normally they're crushed along the sides, but so this is, there's only some slight wear to the corners. So when I saw it, I was just like, I'll take that. And he was like, "Oh, I'll have to check the price actually," because I think he was looking at it thinking that's probably worth more than a £5. But so they don't have this version listed. They have just one version listed, which is the standard version. But it comes with this groovy art book there. And so all the content is mint. So not the best art book in the world. Lots of black and white drawings, some coloured ones there at the front. But actually most of it, you can see there, the pink bit is coloured and so mostly black and white. So nothing fantastic there. But it also has the official soundtrack. That's quite heavy. It's actually only one disc. Oh, it's got I haven't even looked at this myself. The official soundtrack, which comes in another case, and then these cards, which have, I assume, the moves, special moves of all the characters on. And yeah, I guess there's one for every character. Like I say, all in fantastic condition. And then last thing is the game, which, as you can expect, is in fantastic condition. Yeah, there's like the tiniest of marks on that where someone's just took it out of the case. But yeah, fantastic for a £5. So then after that, I had £2.80 left over, and I had a quick glance at some of the Xbox 360 stuff. And I was just like, I'll just spend the £3 on 6 50p games, which I did. And there's some alright ones here. So first of all, I got PSP game for 50p. It's a puzzle game. It is Mercury for the PSP for 50p. Pretty nice condition. Lovely and complete. The UMD is not broken. I've had a few horror stories recently where the people in CEX are just, they can't figure out how to put one of these in, so they just sort of place it on top and then push it down with as much force as possible and break it. Oh god, I'm doing it now. I'm doing exactly what I just said. There we go. But I suppose it's a really fun puzzle game, so definitely gonna try that. Maybe one day. What else got? I've got 2 Xbox original games. One's in the wrong case. Maybe. Amped. And I've got the third one on 360, and it's such a fantastic sports game, snowboarding game. I believe this is more just bog standard snowboarding, whereas the third one, they went like completely crazy with it. If you don't know what I'm on about, just look up some of the gameplay on YouTube, and it's just crazy. But it says the first one, so give that a shot. And then next up is Medal of Honor Frontline. I remember this came out for, well, I played it on PS2 around my friends, and we were just blown away by the the graphics on it. It's actually got a charity shop sticker on there for 99p. The only problem with this is, I mean, this is 50p, so I'm not really complaining. It's got a code written on the manual there. I believe it's from an old game shop, so they know which case it corresponds with, maybe. But yeah, if I recall, it was a fantastic game back in the day. Whether it's held up, I'm not sure. But for 50p, I'll give it a go. Wouldn't mind getting all the Medal of Honor games, to be honest, for Xbox. Is there a couple of exclusive ones on PS2? Could be. Maybe. And next up, we've got 3 Xbox 360 games. Nothing particularly special here. First is Dark Void. I've seen this a couple of times. It's always knackered condition. But say this one's in alright condition. Suppose it's an alright game. Plays on Xbox One. I'm not sure if that's true or not. Could be. I think that's not in an Xbox case. So you can see it's different. Could be. And then Child of Eden, which I believe is, it says it's better with Kinect, but I don't know. Looks a bit like Res, to be honest. It's got some groovy artwork on the inside there. Looks interesting. 50p. And last but not least, I've saved the best till last. We've got The Bigs 2 Baseball. Not sure why. Is there a big market for baseball games in the UK? I wouldn't have thought so, but they were obviously releasing them. Yeah, the bigs. The big leagues just got bigger. Baseball. Yeah. 50p. Saw there, it's got a number written on the disc, but yeah. So anyway, so I spent all the voucher. So I spent my £8 which I'd left on them and this amazing thing, and it cost me 20p towards that. So I thought that was a pretty good haul. The main 2 big ones were these ones, really beefing up my PS2 collection. I could order some online because there's so many obscure PS2 games. 505 Street Game, shout out to my good friend Eddie at Rollercore, check out his YouTube channel. I believe he was going for a 505 Street set, which I'm also trying to do. I'm not actively going for it, but if I see him, I'll pick him up. That's a nice one to find. It's really weird. With the 505 Game Street, they release like this, which is like Japanese role-play game, and then they'll release some absolute crap like the big quiz game or something. Yeah, it's just really weird how they selected the games back in the day to localize, or it's just like, yeah. So there we have it. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about pickups. Let me know what you've got from CEX recently, etc, etc. And thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.